Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. This is for December the 20th, 2023. I think this is a Wednesday, is it not?
It is Wednesday.
Mike Smith along with Aaron Glandon, and this date should be of some import to me, or at least I better say that. My wife's birthday is today. Honey, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
When's your birthday?
My birthday? November 1st.
Did we celebrate?
Yeah, you said it every 2 seconds.
Okay. See how when you get old, you forget things? Well,
when's your birthday?
November 20th. Mm-hmm. That was a month ago today.
It was.
Yes. So, happy birthday, dear. And for all of you out there who might be celebrating a birthday on this day, she always said as a kid she felt like she got ripped off. Because it was just
so
5
close
days
to Christmas.
But there was a fellow in my brother's class named Bill Netter who was born on Christmas Day. Talk about the ultimate kid disappointment as far as not getting, 2 different days of gifts. But hopefully it taught Bill at an early age what Christmas is all about. And maybe his own birthday, I really don't know. Let's take a look at the weather. A little warmer than it was yesterday, and we just go up from there. Sunny skies today with a high of 46. Looking for some clouds tomorrow, but even warmer. The clouds, we think, will be in and out over the sun through the weekend. In other words, just a peak of sunshine, but not predominantly sunny. Highs in the upper 40s to 54, so a little bit of a range there. But on Christmas Day, they're talking about 56 degrees.
A blue Christmas.
Yeah, I can remember at least once when I was that might have been after I was married. I think we had a 60-degree Christmas here in Ohio on that particular day.
That's way too warm for Christmas.
I know there was as a kid, there was 5 years in a row that there was no snow, and it was upper 40s to low 50s. So I kind of thought, well, maybe there isn't such a thing as a white Christmas. But for people in Florida, they never experience that.
Right.
So, Bing Crosby, what do you know? Yeah. Those are our forecast notes, but that could change by tomorrow or the day after, but that's what they're saying right now. When we come back, we'll take a look at a very busy morning in news topics to cover, all that coming up here in just a moment on Litter Media Live. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. They've been in the business in our region for over 4 decades, longer than Aaron Glandon has even been thought of.
Yeah. Not as long as you've been thought of, though.
No, I was here first, but I can tell you that these folks have done a lot of service calls at my house for each one of these 3 categories, and I strongly recommend them. Give Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing a call. News coming up.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
If you can't give true love to me, I'll understand. Just
it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Michelob Ultra.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Mike Smith and Aaron Glandon back with you. We still got to get your name up here on this graphic for when you and I are doing the show. I feel like I'm shirking you or something.
I'm okay.
You know how to do that, though, right?
No, I don't.
I thought you were an OBS expert.
OBS, yeah, but you got to make that graphic in Illustrator, and I haven't used Illustrator since high school.
Old man. We need to work on that. Yeah. Here's some of the topics for today. Dan Ramey talked with Amanda Everett of Destination Downtown Lancaster. Amanda's a frequent guest on our show. I think this might be the third time in 2023 that she's visited us. We usually have her come up, like each season to talk about what's coming up.
Dan did say she was our first guest of the year, and now she's our last guest of the year.
That is correct. For our Fairfield County Special Edition, that is correct. And some of the things that she talked about were the activities coming up for Destination Downtown Lancaster, as well as their big New Year's Eve Glasstown Countdown. I love the title of that, Glasstown Countdown Bash on New Year's Eve. This is something they started some years back, and it is a big deal. The ball that they have that goes up, it is incredible. It's every bit as beautiful as the one that they have in Times Square, and I'm not just saying that. So go to our Litter Media YouTube site where you can find that interview that Dan did with Amanda Everett. This note just into us, don't have a graphic for this. Chillicothe Safety Service Director Jeff Carmen announcing this morning that they will be closing 8th Street between Hickory Street and Bridge Street tomorrow, and that is between 7:30 a.m. and noon. That is for some tree removal. So if you are living in those areas of 8th Street between Hickory and Bridge, just be advised you need to take an alternate route between 7:30 and noon tomorrow morning. That just came in to us. The American Red Cross has set their January blood drive dates and locations for Ross, Highland, and Fayette counties. There are several planned for the month of January in Ross County. I think there's one in Fayette County and maybe 2 in Highland County, but you can get the full lowdown on all of that, the dates, times, places, on our website story at littermedia.com. Get creative, kids, and learn at the same time at the Chillicothe and Ross Public Library. That'll be this Friday at 11 a.m. at the Northside Branch. It's called Little Artist. They'll gather to read a book, sing some songs, dance. This is what Aaron would probably get into.
I'm a big dancer.
I bet you, I can just see it. And they're going to be making some awesome art. If you have any questions, give the library a call. But that's coming up this Friday. I did say Friday. Originally, I thought the 22nd was Thursday, and I had to double check. That's this Friday. There will be a free diabetes management program for all ages January 3rd at the Pike County YMCA to help manage diabetes. It's a great opportunity to learn, get support, and make positive changes. You can register today and spread the word and maybe take control of your health. And easy as just holding your smartphone up to that QR code, or you can call Tammy Jones to get more information. This is in cooperation with the Ohio State University South Centers, but the event is at the Pike YMCA. Train going by. The Ohio Hospital Association has announced that Adena Health President and Chief Executive Officer Jeff Graham has been reelected to its Board of Trustees. Graham, who has served on the board since 2019, will begin a new 3-year term on January 1st. Now, the OHIA was started back in the year 1915, so it's well over 100 years old. It represents 248 hospitals and 15 health systems throughout the state that employ 251,000 Ohioans and contribute, get this, $91.7 billion to Ohio's economy. And your mama, of course, is one of them employed.
Yeah.
Yes, at an institution such as that. Mark your calendars with 2 winter hikes scheduled for Saturday, January 6th and February 10th of 2024. The 6th annual winter hike at Smeck Park, that's over in Fairfield County, that's on January 6th, and the first one to ever be held at Momborg Park, that also in Fairfield County on February the 10th. Now, if you'd like to have some refreshments to start the trail walk, you need to be there between 10 and 11:30 a.m. There will be some food served from 10:30 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. I think they said they're serving roasted potatoes at Smek Park Winter Hike, and at the other, I think they said it's in our website story, and I just had a complete blank.
There's got to be some hot chocolate involved too, right?
Well, I didn't see that, but at that, I suppose that might be part of the refreshments.
Maybe.
But as far as the food, roasted potatoes at Smack Park, you'll have to look at our web story at littermedia.com to find out what they're serving at Momborg. But yeah, a tasty hike that would be. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine has announced that he'll be reappointing Carrie Gunter Seymour of Albany, Ohio, that's down by Athens, as the state's poet laureate. You know, I didn't even know we had one.
I don't know what that is.
Get out.
I
You went to college, right?
I have no idea what that is.
You didn't take poetry or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, Gunter Seymour's next term begins January 1st. She'll focus her new term as Poet Laureate to continue to build appreciation for poetry. Now, this kind of explains it.
I was about to say, are you not going to explain what it is?
Appreciation for poetry, cultivate the next generation of state and local poets laureate in Ohio, and offer events and workshops throughout the state. She is a 9th generation Appalachian and the current Poet Laureate of Ohio.
I appreciate poetry.
Can you rattle one off for me right now?
No.
Okay. So you didn't study it in school?
No, but I appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate the sun, but I don't know a whole lot of how it works either. What is a blessing box? Well, if you don't know, these are can be found in multiple communities around our part of the state, but these in particular, and this one can be found at Mount Pleasant Elementary in Lancaster. They are outdoor, publicly located cabinets that allow for people to anonymously donate items to bless others in need. These boxes can include non-perishable food items, basic toiletries, baby supplies, pet food, or anything else that might be considered a blessing to someone who has need. The rule is take what you need and leave what you can. And those are our topic headlines for today here on Litter Media Live. Have you ever seen one of these in person?
I think so. I think I've seen them around.
I think Ross County, there's a number of blessing boxes that I've seen in and around the various communities. I think Kingston maybe has one or two. I think one was near the library, and I wanting to say that I thought I saw that had seen one or two out in either Frankfort or Clarksburg, but yeah, they're out and about. Sports coming up, a lot of high school basketball, including a biggie in girls mid-state league action. We'll talk about that coming up here in just a moment. In the meantime, don't forget the folks at Scioto Valley Dumpsters, 253-8389, to give them a call to get everything from a quote to say, hey, I need one of those big orange dumpsters at my place so I can do a cleanup. Give them a call, Scioto Valley Dumpsters. Sports coming up.
Each week, Litter Media presents the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week. If you have an athlete to nominate, any amateur athlete is eligible. Simply visit littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. At the end of the year, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Make your nominations now at littermedia.com. Click on Player of the Week.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance, on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
Mike Smith and Aaron Glandon back with you here on Litter Media Live. Yes, there we are. Did you notice that Aaron has a little bit of a trim on that beard?
Yeah, I trimmed my beard up. It was getting curly.
Did your girlfriend say, you got to get this trimmed up?
Well, I don't have a girlfriend, so.
Well, then it was your mother. That's what happens when you don't have a girlfriend or a wife. Your mom says, get that thing trimmed up. Even though you're not living with mom anymore.
Right.
Or dad.
He was my roommate.
Yeah. Have we ever mentioned your roommate's name?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't think we've mentioned him on the show before.
You just let him be your roommate and you don't even know who it is. If you want, you can. You don't have to.
He was my roommate in college. His name is Ian. He's dating one of my cousins.
Yeah, I've tried to talk to him about that. He just won't listen. Yeah. In other words, treat her right. Yeah. Here's what we have in high school sports for last night. SVC boys basketball winners include Westfall, who's now 5-0 on the year. They beat Huntington. Zane Trace over Radina. Uniota beat Southeastern, and Piketon over Paint Valley. Non-conference boys basketball winners last night include Chillicothe, Lynchburg Clay, Jackson, Washington Courthouse. They're 5-0. You saw a little bit of their game the other day.
I did.
Miami Trace, who's tied with Courthouse in the FAC, but Trace has lost 2 games in the non-conference. Bloom Carroll boys were also a winner last night. In the SOC boys, Wheelersburg, Waverly, South Webster, Minford, Notre Dame, they're still undefeated. Northwest and Portsmouth West were winners. Moving on down the line in girls basketball, this one was a biggie last night in the Mid-State League Buckeye. Undefeated Bloom Carroll falls to once beaten Amanda Clear Creek 39-36. Both of those teams are 7-1. If I'm not mistaken, I think Amanda's only loss was in the MSL. Circleville beat Fairfield Union. Tays Valley over Hamilton Township, and Logan Elm beat Liberty Union. Both boys and girls from Lancaster were winners last night. Moving on to the next story here in sports, congratulations going out to 4 new inductees of the Uniota High School Athletic Hall of Fame. That ceremony will take place on December the 30th. That's a home game with Washington Courthouse, who we just said is undefeated, so that'll be a biggie. The ceremony will take place between the JV and varsity games. Trevor Detillion, who is a 9-time All-Ohioan, that's combining outdoor and indoor track, and named to the New Balance and Track and Field News All-American team. Of course, he went on after setting numerous school records, had an outstanding career at Kent State University. Maddie Eberst, who was a star on the volleyball court and SVC Player of the Year, she was 3 times an All-Ohioan. Rick Evans, by the way, Maddie graduated in 2018. Trevor, I forgot to mention, was a 2015 grad. Rick Evans, who graduated in 1972 at Uniota, was a standout in basketball as well as in track and field. And the last one is Autumn Moen. Autumn was a 2018 grad. She was a standout in track and field, setting a number of school records, and was all Ohioan. So congratulations. And again, you'll get a chance to see all those, I still call them youngsters. Well, actually, Rick would be older than me if he was a 72 grad, but that's coming up on December the 30th out at Uniota. Wright State, they were a winner over Miami of Ohio last night, 92-82. And we often keep track of the Raiders because 2 of their star players are Southern Ohioans. Tanner Holden, who played with Ohio State last year, he's a Wheelersburg grad. He had a game-high 27 points. And Chillicothe High School grad Brandon Knoll had a double-double of 25 points and 12 rebounds. Go Raiders. And for the second time in as many weeks, I can report that the Columbus Blue Jackets won a game when I was on duty.
Looks like they won handily, too.
Yeah, 9-4. One of their players, I think it might have been Marchenko, had a hat trick, which is 3 or more goals.
What day last week did they?
Seemed like it was. We were reporting on it on either Thursday or Friday, because I remember I threw my hands up and said, "A miracle! They won!" while I was here because I think in the past the only time they were winning was when I was not here to report on it.
Right. Well, I was going to say maybe if it was a Wednesday last week, maybe they just win on Wednesdays.
Or Winning Wednesday.
We report on Wednesday.
Yeah. So the Blue Jackets, maybe they're getting things turned around, or at least when I'm here to report on it.
But then again, maybe not.
And then again,
only time will tell.
Only time will tell. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up with this date in history. And there's going to be a whole lot of shaking going on in 1957 in more ways than one. All that's coming up on Litter Media Live.
At Rathkamp Financial, we believe in building client relationships for the long term, guiding you through the stages of wealth with a plan and bringing you closer to reaching your financial dreams. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
You haven't had vodka soda like this. No one has. Made with the world's smoothest vodka plus real juice. New White Claw Vodka Soda.
Mike and Aaron back with you here on Litter Media Live. We always finish up with this date in history, and we take you back to 1957. Now, Elvis Presley had been hot on the charts for, a couple of years already. But on this date, in 1957, Elvis Presley gets drafted into the U.S. Army. While spending the Christmas holidays at his new Tennessee mansion, Graceland, which he just purchased, the rock and roll star receives his draft notice for the United States Army. And he went. He served his time. I think it was maybe a 2-year commitment at that particular time. Not sure. Of course, we were not at war with anybody. Korea and had ended. Vietnam hadn't started up yet for the United States. So it was a peacetime situation for Elvis. I think he spent a good bit of his time in Germany. And it was there that he met his wife, Priscilla, who I think she was the daughter of a ranking officer. I don't know that he was a general.
She was also like 14 at the time, wasn't she?
14 years old. Now, I can't remember if they got married when she was 14, but that's where he met her.
It's a little young, Elvis.
Well, what was Jerry, help me.
Seinfeld?
No, musician. Jerry Lee Lewis. Was it Jerry Lee Lewis? Help me, folks. What was the whole lot of shaking going on? Don't you remember this guy?
No clue what you're talking about.
Plays the piano. He would be playing with his elbow on the piano. Jimmy Swaggart's cousin. Mickey Gilley, I think, was a cousin. I think it was Jerry Lee Lewis. But he married his cousin, and I think she was 13. So,
well, I thought you were talking about Jerry Seinfeld because he was dating a 14-year-old for a long time, I think.
Maybe it's something to do with Jerry.
Maybe.
Or Elvis. I don't know. I was talking to somebody the other day that I met. I think it might have been waiting for our plane to come back from Florida. And they were telling us, we were talking about where he was from. And it was Elvis's hometown, Tupelo, Mississippi, I believe it is.
I think I've been there.
Is it like a museum now, or is it?
I think so, because we were visiting my mom's family one summer, because she's from Mississippi, and my sister was a really big Elvis fan, and so we went there and saw where he grew up.
He was a twin, and the other one I think died at birth.
I didn't know that.
Yes, yeah, he was a twin, but the twin of Elvis passed away, I think, at childbirth. So, what would have happened if that twin would he have been a singer, or
maybe he would have been a backup dancer? Elvis would sing and the other one would dance.
Yeah, I know there was a movie. Of course, of all the movies that Elvis made, he made one called Kissin' Cousins, and they used him as the double for his cousin, which was a lookalike to him, except he had blonde hair. So maybe if Elvis's twin had lived, he could have played the natural part of the Kissin' Cousin.
Maybe.
Only it would have probably been called Kissing Brothers or something. Yeah, that title doesn't even sound good. That's going to cover it for this Wednesday. And remember, one of our great sponsors, McDonald's. It's Meet the Manager Day.
Yes, it
If you're
is.
tired of your job and you want to get on board with McDonald's.
Yeah, I'm tired of hanging out with Mike Smith.
Yeah, I can understand that completely. You can meet the manager at any of their locations in Chillicothe, Circleville, Waverly, and Greenfield from 2 to 5 each Wednesday, and just say, "Hey, I'm tired of working with Mike Smith. Can you use somebody to work for you?"
Here's my media resume.
And that will help out. Don't forget, tomorrow, of course, our daily program at 11, and we'll have our Litter Media Game of the Week preview show or pregame show, which this Friday night we're going back to Tays Valley for a big Mid-State League matchup between the Circleville Tigers and the Vikings of Tays Valley. I think Dan got interviews yesterday with Cody Carpenter of Circleville, Brian Barnett of Tays Valley, and that'll be a part of that show tomorrow at noon. Anything you want to add?
No.
Everybody's waiting. Where's the movie review? We're going to hold that for Fridays.
And I did see a movie this weekend.
So we'll have a chance to hear about that. And if you want to see another movie between now and then, and give me your reviews on any. I watched White Christmas the other day. I've seen it 100,000 times. Going My Way. Maybe I can give you my Bing Crosby list of favorites.
Maybe.
Since it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
And that'll be our last show before Christmas. So be thinking about favorite Christmas movies.
And I do have a topic that might be good for the new year. Because I like to sync up a movie so that something happens at midnight rather than watching the ball drop. So Star Wars, so the Death Star explodes at midnight. Really
Instead
good.
of the ball coming down.
Yes, it's
Some
much
ideas.
more exciting.
Some ideas that Aaron will pass along the following week before New Year's Eve. Join us tomorrow at 11 o'clock for our daily program. For Aaron Glandon, I'm Mike Smith. From all of us at Litter Media Live, have a great Wednesday, everybody. See you tomorrow.